Every once in a while, something comes along to rekindle your nostalgia and make you feel like a kid again. And then Greg comes along and shows you a terrible video of fucking Scrooge McDuck dying and smashing his head in a pot of gold and having to have his kids go to jail because they can't cope. Why did you do this? Today on Pillow Talk, we're talking about the remaster of Capcom's DuckTales video game. So Capcom is re-releasing the DuckTales video game after more than about 2 decades. And we're all very, very excited for it. But the remaster is, So Capcom is releasing a remaster of its famous DuckTales video game, and everyone is super stoked, especially all of the 90s kids. It's basically going to be a hand-drawn remaster in HD of our classic DuckTales video game. You'll be playing as Scrooge McDuck and working your way through the universe, which is pretty awesome. So not only is it a re-release, but you're getting new levels and new songs in 8-bit MIDI format, just like we like them. So as far as rehashes go, I'm a kid who loves nostalgia. I loved the 90s. I loved everything that surrounded my happy little world then, because I didn't know what was going on in the adult world. So everything about my world was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, DuckTales, and Darkwing Duck. That was those were the 4 main parts, and Indiana Jones, but he was smack dab in the middle right there. The whole nostalgia thing, I honestly, I'm very excited about it, but I'm kind of just over the whole 90s kid thing. Not only because I was born a little bit before the 90s, but also simply because it's just well, why can't we create things that are just as good or even better than back then? We have all of this technology, but we don't have enough time to write a story, or enough brains, or enough, I don't know, effort that we want to spend. So I really hope that this rehash rekindles game writers' needs to write very good games, to write games that are more character driven, even though I'm pretty sure that DuckTales is just it's established anyway, so you don't have to worry about character development in a story where you know all of the characters by heart if you're under the age of 20. So as far as difficulty goes, I really hope that these games stay the way that they were. First off, I hope that more are released. I would really like to see Darkwing Duck, or even the Little Nemo game, which is probably one of the hardest games I've ever played. So I want to see the difficulty kind of stay the same as it was back then, because honestly these days games are pretty easy to get used to. I mean, only recently was I surprised by a video game as far as difficulty goes because of the release of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That was kind of hard at first. It was all about timing. So I'm hoping that we see that with DuckTales, because I really did love that game and I had a whole lot of fun playing it as a kid, and it was really challenging for me. So I would really enjoy seeing that. So as I mentioned before, I would really, really love to see the Darkwing Duck game brought back to life. I would seriously love to see the Little Nemo game brought back to life, because that movie was trippy as heck, but that game was intense. It was hard. And even, oh man, the Lion King game for the Game Boy. Oh, that was hard. I think it came out on SNES too, right? I think, or Nintendo. But Jesus, that was rough. I got to the I just can't wait to be king part where you have to jump on everybody's heads, get past them, and I just kept falling. So I would like to see that again, because I feel like there's a challenge that I need to complete, before I can go on with adulthood as I carry this large rabbit plush. So I mean, there are a lot of hopes and dreams for this game as far as the release goes. I would really like to see it do well, because I would like to see that these old Disney games and this old concept of character, hand-drawn animation coming back to life, which is something we haven't seen too much in recent gaming or even recent cartoons. Everything is just done on computers and it looks great. I'm not gonna damper that at all. But I mean, back in the day we had a lot of really, really great, well thought out cartoons, and to see the video games for them come back, I mean, I would love to see the Tailspin video game come back again, because I love Chip 'n Dale. I love the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and I love Tailspin because Baloo was always my favorite character ever. So I would really like to see this particular game do really well, so that Disney might think, hey, let's release these old games again. Let's maybe do what Capcom is doing with the Capcom Arcade, and bring back like a whole package of these video games just for everybody to log on and play, and hopefully on PS3 too, because that would be great if it weren't just on Xbox Live. So for my final thoughts on this, I think honestly I would love to see more of our old school games come back. You know, our nostalgia as children of the 90s, it really knows no bounds. So I would like to see it all come back, but you know, the difference between like this game and the rehash of Resident Evil Code Veronica is just monumental. Like, this game looks brand spanking new, whereas Code Veronica was kind of a sloppy re-release where it's like, hey look, remember your childhood? It happened. To see these come back, to see this great rehash of my childhood is just heartwarming, honestly. So I want to see a lot more of that, and I hope that this game does extremely well so that Disney can bring back more and more and work with Capcom to develop games that are just really nice looking, that recall those memories and those moments where you remember that particular song in the game and it's just iconic to you, and you remember the level and you remember where that treasure chest is to get the gold from. So hopefully that all comes back. So for Pillow Talk, this is Catrina Dennis signing off. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
Stop.